Hey, what's up? Paul Niyama, professionallystrong.com. I want to help you become the best and strongest version of yourself. 2019 is here. Let's go kick some butt. And this is week 8 of my Jiu Jitsu journey. Technically, I think it's week 9. I think I missed the weekend there. I was sick around Christmas, and then around New Year's, we went away for my girl's birthday, and I didn't practice. So I missed probably about a week because of that. So it's my 8th week, but chronologically, I think it's my 9th week because I think I missed a video in there. But if you're new to the channel, if you're new to this video series, what I'm doing in this is relating my experiences as someone not brand new. I was brand new 8 weeks ago, but a few weeks in, relatively brand new in Jiu Jitsu, and relating it to someone, maybe that someone is you. And hopefully it is you. And hopefully this video helps you. But relating it to someone that's brand new or relatively new, working out in the gym, maybe you have a decent grasp of what to do, and it's just refining and then getting that consistency. But there's a lot of issues that I ran across that I want to discuss that I kind of forgot because I started working out in high school and been working on out ever since, except for times that I got injured. And I played rugby and football, and so those times have been a lot. There's been a lot of injuries over the years, but pretty much working out for a long time. And this is the first time that I've started something new for a while. I think the last thing that I started new was rugby, and that was a long time ago as well. So with this video series, I'm kind of relating some of the experiences that I'm going through to hopefully help you, because I've forgotten a lot of these issues that are starting to come up mentally as I'm starting to practice jiu-jitsu, and maybe you're running across them with your workouts, so hopefully this video helps you. All right, so what are the things that I want to talk about? There's actually 2 of them, and the first one is this concept that it applies to a lot of things, not just jiu-jitsu, not just working out, but a lot of things. And that is, the more you learn about something, the more you learn how ignorant you are about that thing. I've experienced that with working out. There's basic exercises. Oh, you do this. And then you find out, oh, there's a lot more exercises. And then you find out, whoa, there's a lot more exercises than that. And there's a lot more programs. And there's a lot of different ways to do things. And there's different details. So I haven't experienced that in a while. But I'm experiencing that in jiu-jitsu. And as I'm learning more, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm starting to get it. Someone asked a question in class. I'm like, whoa, there's so much that I don't know. And it can be overwhelming, can be intimidating. Especially if you're not in a setting where you have someone training you or you have a coach. If you're just going to the gym and you don't have anybody around you talking you through a lot of these issues or helping you with them, it can be challenging. So hopefully this video helps you with that. I'm going to talk about what I do, and hopefully it's correct in jiu-jitsu, and it is my recommendations for working out though. So what I'm kind of trying to do is just focus on the fundamentals, trying to get those down, because I think those fundamentals are so important in jiu-jitsu, and I think they're super important in working out as well. You never want to lose these. My school, there's a bunch of different fundamentals that they go over that I'm trying to get down, and I'm just trying to work on those key things, and I'm kind of ignoring some of the more advanced concepts as of now, just so I'm not confused. Because if I start working on the fundamentals, and then I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, and that's pretty cool, and that's pretty cool, and I try to work on all those things, I'll be working on all those things and really not mastering anything. And that's kind of the way I feel about it. I want to master those fundamentals. I want to master doing the basic things right. And I think that's how it should be in lifting. It's so easy to get caught up. You go into a gym, you see all these crazy machines, you see all these different variations of exercises, you see people doing some weird stuff, maybe they have no idea what they're doing either, and they're doing some weird stuff, and you're like, oh, what is that? So it's very easy to get distracted and off of your baseline in lifting because of what is out there on the internet or what you would see in the gym. And my recommendation is just to keep working on your fundamentals. What are those fundamentals? Well, it's just basic movements. You want to get your movements down and do them correctly. One of the issues that I see with a lot of people, most people, in fact, that are newer to lifting is not being able to do a squat properly. I think that is so important. I mean, even myself, when I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, look at my squat, look, I'm not getting to depth. I had to spend some time fixing it. So even someone like myself that's been working out for a while, I needed to go back and fix my fundamentals because I never really focused on them back in the day. Back when I first started lifting, and it was in high school. My high school coaches weren't on me about that. They were just I played football, and the main goal in that is just lift heavy. Heavy as you can. Oh, you're getting stronger. Good. And it wasn't on technique. If I was coaching myself back then, I would be like, get your technique down. Get your technique down. Your squat looks off. You're not bending down. Your back is arching too much. You're looking down. Your hips are coming up too high. So get the squat down. Very important. I think the reason that the squat is such a tough movement for a lot of people is I think a lot of people have sedentary jobs. They're either in the car a lot or they're sitting at a desk a lot, and hip flexors get tight, glutes get stretched out, so they get weak, and hamstrings get tight, so people just aren't able to do that. There's a lot of corrective exercises and mobility that needs to be done in order to get that, and focusing on that stuff to make sure that you can that your body can move properly. I think that is very important. A proper push. A lot of people, when they're sitting, they sit like this with their shoulders forward, rounded forward, and kind of hunched forward. And when they do a pushing movement, that rounding comes in. So I don't know if you can see that. My shoulder rounding forward, my traps coming up. A lot of people have tight traps, because they sit like this. I know I catch myself doing that sometimes, and I don't want tight traps, so that happens as well. So that's another thing that I would recommend working on to get that movement down, a proper pushing technique. So your shoulder doesn't come up, your shoulder doesn't come forward. Same thing with a pull. A lot of people at that end of the pulling movement, they will do this. That shoulder will come forward, and then they won't go back all the way with their elbow to really get that stretch in that shoulder, to get that full range of motion. So doing a proper pull, a press, an overhead type press. So a lot of people got shoulder problems, aren't able to do those. But if you don't have shoulder problems, you want to be able to do a pressing movement, a hinging type movement of your hips. So kind of like bending over, sort of like a deadlift. A deadlift is like a combination of a hinge and a squat. But those things I think are the fundamentals. And if you want to focus on something, I would get those movements down properly. A lot of people, when they would train with me, wanted results right away. So I would have to have them doing movements, but I also wanted to correct a lot of what they were doing. So it was kind of a balance to start to get people results, but also correct a lot of the mobility issues that people are having. And that's what I would focus on. The Socrates, I'm paraphrasing here. I don't know what the exact quote was, but it's something like, the fool thinks he's a wise man and the wise man knows he's a fool. And it's kind of like that. The more you learn about something, the more you learn that you don't know about that one topic. So it's kind of a universal thing. So I hope that helps you. Just focus on your fundamentals and then start to build from there. That's what I'm doing right now in Jiu Jitsu. Anyway, next topic is the details. One thing that I really enjoy about Jiu Jitsu is that the small little details make a huge difference. And it's evident in a lot of the techniques. When I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, this is tough, I can't do it. Someone will come around and say, oh, do this instead. Just shifting that way or, something like that. And it's so much easier. And just that little tiny detail makes a huge difference. And in the weight room, same thing. If you're doing stuff wrong, it's gonna be harder. You're opening yourself up for more injury. You're getting less results. But if you do something right, you get more results. You get less chance of getting hurt, and it's gonna be easier because you're putting yourself in a better biomechanical position. So, knowing the details and knowing the fundamentals kind of tie in together, because if you don't have those fundamentals and you're off on a few of those details, you could get hurt. That's kind of what happened to my shoulder. Torn labrum, torn rotator cuff. I think a lot of that was a lot of wear and tear from rugby, because I've had issues with it before. But the big one that did it was when I was benching and just gotta have an alignment just a little bit. You know, I think my elbow came out a little too much instead of tucking them in, and that's when I got hurt. So those details and doing enough reps to get those details down is important. I think they say 1,000 reps of anything to master it. And you want to get that mastery down. You want to get those details down. And that's what I would recommend. If you have any questions on that, I will be doing more videos on technique and programming. That's it for those 2 tips, guys. Focus on the details, focus on your fundamentals, and I hope this helps you with your workout journey to get in shape. I want you to get in the best shape of your life this year. 2019 is here. Let's go celebrate it, guys. Let's go celebrate it by motivating each other, inspiring each other. I want to motivate you. I want to inspire you so you can get in the best shape of your life for 2019. I will see you in my next video where I will want to help you become the best and strongest version of yourself. Let's go kick some butt.